we're from a woodland tribe. As you can see, a lot of the floral and things like that. So, do you think that we lived in teepees or pueblos? No, we didn't live in either or. You think we lived in wigwams or igloos? Wigwams. Our tribe are from the woods, so we lived in wigwams, which are like the circle one. Yeah, made out of bark, and they're in a complete circle, like a little dome. We lived in the wigwam. And my mom's tribe, which is the Sioux, she lived in the teepee. So we used everything from the animal or from nature to make our houses, to make our clothing. And then also we didn't have, again, plastic or metal or shoes, so we relied on making baskets and stuff to carry our stuff with the nature around us. And what I have right here is from my tribe, the Winnebago, which is a basket that has been made from tree. And there's no staples, there's no glue. And they actually weave them together. And it takes a little bit of while, and like to make the colors, they'd want to dye them to a different color. So it kind of, people say it looks like an Easter basket, but Easter baskets, I looked in them, they use use staples and glue. So these haven't used glue or plastic. Yep, this is all wood. And what they would do, they would take the tree, right? And they would cut a little piece and they would rip strips off the wood. And that's what they create, these little branches like that. And then they weave them. Now down in can anyone guess what part of the United States this comes from? Southwest, right on, you got it. The Southwest, this actually comes from the Navajo. And the Navajo is, they use a lot of the like the weeds that grow out in the desert. They didn't really have trees down there, they have cactuses, right? But what the women would make these baskets, and they would do for a lot of different reasons, but one of the main reasons that they would do it for is that they would take corn. Now, corn up here grows all over the place, right? You guys see them all over. But down there in the desert, you hardly see any crops growing. So to the Navajo, corn is very sacred to Navajos. And what they do is they actually pray with it. And so what they would do, the women would get the corn and take it off the cob, and they would get a rock, and they would actually crush it. And they would make this powder, really fine powder, out of the corn, and they would pray with the corn. Now, in my tribe, we use tobacco to pray with. So, you know, tobacco to Native people is also very sacred to us. You know, we use it for certain times. You also probably seen the pipes that we smoke, the peace pipe, maybe? You heard of that? Well, we use that to pray with, and we only use that at certain times to pray with, you know, to burn the tobacco. This one comes from, do you know what region this one may come from? Any idea? Southern, but is it southwest or southeast? Southwest. Southeast. This comes from down toward Florida. And actually, it's like everyone's wondering what kind of basket is that, right? It's kind of funky. You're right. One, there's two, there's three, there's four, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. The littlest one, all the classes ask me, what do they do with this one? Well, like people would also, like a long time ago, you'll see them paint their faces. Maybe sometimes they would put the actual paint inside here in paint, or maybe the women would put the earrings inside here. There's different things that, you know, they could put in there. In our tribe, they would put a lot of berries in here, go hunt berries and put them inside there. So this comes from the Seminole tribe, which is down in Florida, which is by Miami. You guys know where Miami's at? Yeah. Yeah, it's down there. I just came from there last week, so I've seen a lot of they actually wrestle alligators on it. It's part of their culture.